Journal entry number 1. Tye Sampson, Lord Executive Dictator of Helifina. February 4th, 2011 CE. I've never really been the kind of guy to keep a diary or a journal or anything like that. It's never really been my style. But ever since I was connected into the Weaver hive mind, I find myself inundated with millions of thoughts and feelings coming at me from creatures across the universe. And while I've been allowed to maintain my own individuality, it's a little overwhelming. And so I'm hoping that by recording my own thoughts and feelings in video form, that it will help me to preserve that unique spark that makes me different. I guess since this is the first video log, that I should talk about beginnings. How I came to be where I am. How I first came to the tavern and the heroes. I was mortal back then. A human being dying of a terminal illness. My family were slayers. And even though they had access to amazing technology, they were unable to cure me. And so slowly I came to the realization that if I was going to survive, I would have to cross the lines and find a supernatural means of doing it. When I first came to the tavern, though, it wasn't as a supplicant, and it was not as a friend. I came there to blackmail him. And it worked. Sort of. I got my cure. I got my immortality. But I was also tied to them by a potion that I had to drink every 3 days, or find my body decomposing into a pile of ash. But what I didn't realize, and what none of us realized, was that I was tied to them by bonds that were much stronger than that. The second I took that potion, the second I became immortal, I became one of them. And in that moment, my fate was the same as theirs. If they were to be hunted down and killed, then I would be hunted down and killed. If they were to be captured and tortured, then my own fate would be the same. And so, finally, I realized that I would have to fight for them. I would have to cast my lot with them and join in their struggle for survival. And the truth is that since that day, I have never once regretted that decision. Not at the worst moment of the Slayer War, when it looked like we were all going to be annihilated. Not at the height of the Fey War, when everyone around me was degenerating into madness. Not even now, at the end of all things. The supernatural creatures that I have met over the past few months have been some of the finest beings I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. They have become much more of a family to me than the Slayers ever were. And I will continue to fight for them with everything that I have, with everything that I am, until the bitter end.